right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello and welcome to all of you who are brand new. I don't know that there's anybody yet on the call that's brand new to me or to Aramaic or to the Hail Mary, but if you're here, welcome. And welcome to all of you who have gathered with me before. And for all of you that are watching at a later date, welcome. It's so wonderful to see you and be with all of you. Thank you so much for coming and supporting this work. Just a couple notes here. Let's keep all of our microphones off just for the integrity of the recording. And then I'm going to ask everybody to hold your questions until the end. I'm going to leave time at the end for questions. So we won't be using the chat bar because that can be a little bit distracting. And I'd like this to be kind of a ritual in a way. I think that might be about it. Please make yourself comfortable. If you have a cup of tea or some kombucha or wine or whatever, holy water, please bring that close. And all right, let's go ahead and jump in. In the beginning, there was a girl, a being who was cultivated, shaped, and nurtured. A being whose lineage was filled with committed hearts and dedicated hands. There were visions of flowering plants, seen by grandmothers, and waking dreams dreamed by mothers. There were pledges made and kept, lots cast, and arrows shot into rivers. Doors were locked and unlocked and locked again. There was a life nurtured in total devotion in a mihrab, suckled upon the fruit of winter in spring, and the fruit of spring in winter. I think I hear somebody's microphone. You might want to check that. There was a life nurtured in total devotion in a mihrab, suckled upon the fruit of winter in summer, and the fruit of summer in winter. And there was a messenger, an ambassador of God, an angel who had the eyes to see a human being who was full, who was ripe, who was busting at the seams like a seed in the moist ground. Big things happen in small, humble moments. In the beginning was a girl who became a living embodiment of the holy feminine, who birthed grace and love into this beautiful and aching world. This is the seed. This is the impulse of this prayer, and it is a sacred riddle. cave in the desert, or in a room inside of a temple, or in some unknown location, there was a handful of monastics, of mystics, men or women, whose hearts were inflamed, were tuned just so, who were moved by this story in such a way that they began to speak, or chant, or sing these first delicious lines of the angel's invocation as a devotional prayer. What was it about this story, this girl, the angel, that was so utterly compelling to them? Or was it simply the powerful urge, the inherent impulse that lives inside us all, that naturally wants to welcome, to reach out and be near to the Holy Mother? Shalom Lech, Mariam. Hail Mary. Hail Mary. These words, riding upon the wind of the very first sound of shh, are the sprout of this prayer, and they are the words of the Archangel Gabriel, Jibril, Gabriel. Why, of all things possible, did these mystics choose to pray these words? Shalom Lech, Mariam. What we will never know is if one sensitive-hearted person initiated this practice and then started sharing it, or whether, like so many other things that are born into this world, a small number of people started doing it simultaneously, yet independently of one another, but around the same time period, and thus the beginning of a prayer. However it happened, this seed spread like a holy flame. One of the great mysteries, one of the riddles that we can hold close, is that Mariam's name was not present in the earliest of forms. They prayed, Shalom Lech, Mlei Taibuto, Moran Amech. Hail, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Among other things, this first blossom is a remedy for birthing a bigger version of oneself, and for overcoming the fears and obstacles that try and sabotage that process. Can we quiet ourselves enough? Can we quiet ourselves enough to hear the angel whispering? In just a moment, we're going to pray this first line of the prayer together as a song. Pythagoras reminds us that physical matter is music solidified, So everything in this universe responds to sound. And it is hypothesized that all original language, all original prayer was sung. So that just like the bumblebee who uses sound to unlock pollen from the nightshade plant, we will use the sound of our voices to open the shrine of the prayer and of our hearts toward Mary, or Mariam in Aramaic. But before we do that, I would like us to do a simple practice to raise the pitch of our attention. So let's begin attuning to the sound of shh. Shh is the first sound of the Hail Mary prayer, and the sound which mystically contains and activates the entirety of the Hail Mary prayer. Shh clears the palate and awakens us, charges the atmosphere and the surface of our skin. Shh reattunes us with Shem, the spiritual current or DNA of the universe. Shh both enlivens and calms us, invites us into a state of peace. Shalom, shalom. Shh welcomes us, brings us to attention, signals a change of state. So I'd like to invite everyone to make this sound and simply feel it in our bodies as we breathe. Shh. Really taste the sound. Notice how and where in your being it touches you. And if you want to deepen this experience, allow your hands and arms to shake like quaking aspen leaves. Shh, bringing this energy of awakening and potential into the heart. Feel free to do this as loudly as you like, and then begin to make it softer and more subtle, directing it deeper and deeper into the heart. Shh. Feeling that sound inside the heart of hearts until you're simply breathing in and out of the heart on the atmosphere that the sound has left behind. Inside the sounds of these first words is what we call the Enunciation, and where Mariam first gives birth to herself. We're going to sing this first section of the prayer, which are the words of the Archangel Gabriel. So you can repeat after me. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom lech. Shalom lech. And the next word is really delicious. It starts with an M and it goes right deep down inside you. Lay. Lay. So now we have Shalom lech. Lay. We're going to sing it in a moment and it's much easier. Shalom lech. Lay. Then our next word, taibuto, 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 Shlom lech mlei taibuto. Shlom lech mlei taibuto. And then the last section is Moran Amech. Moran Amech. Trust me, it'll be easier to sing. It's gonna go like this. Shlom lech mlei taibuto Moran Amech. So it'll be much easier. If you'd like, when we put body movements to the chant, it drives the mantra in deeper. When we do this first part on Shlom Lech, we can bow to the angel, Shlom Lech, and then opening to this grace, Mlei Taibuto, and then bringing it into our wombs or our hearts, Moran Amech, Shlom Lech, Mlei Taibuto, Moran Amech. Obviously, there's a lot of ancient symbolism in these movements, and they will speak to each of you in their own ways. You can check YouTube later for all these songs and the words. So again, this is the Enunciation. This is the sound chamber within which Mariam gives birth to herself. There's also a higher part. Shlom lech mlei taibuto Moran Amech. Shlom lech mlei taibuto Moran Amech. You can just stay with me and go and do what I'm doing, or you can hold one of the melodies while I do the other one, and then you'll have the harmony. So let's just take a moment to touch into our breath and to our hearts, invoking this incredible moment of the announcement, the Enunciation, opening our ears and our hearts to the angel who has messages for our own ripening, our own unfoldment. Shalom, bowing, opening, Mlei Taibuto, bringing it in, Moran Amech, Shalom Lech, Mlei Taibuto, 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 Shalom Lech, Leitai Buto, Moran Amech, Shalom Lech, Leitai Buto, Moran Amech, Shalom Lech, Leitai Buto, Moran Amech. Let's just take a few moments to breathe with the atmosphere, breathing it into each cell in the body, breathing it into any place that needs healing, that needs awakening. Amen, 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 amen. So now that we've had a little taste of the language, I'm going to sing the whole prayer. I guess I'm going to sing the whole prayer in Aramaic, and then I'm going to say the prayer in Aramaic and then in English. And then finally, I'm going to offer a poetic rendition of the prayer that amplifies some of the themes and the nuances of the prayer through the lens of the Aramaic language. So if we had Aramaic glasses, we'd be able to see some of these kinds of nuances and themes that we don't see in the English. So please join me as you like, or as you're able, or simply receive. Shalom lech Mariam, shalom lech Mariam. Leitai buto moran amech, moran amech. Barachtu at b'neshi, wambarachu firo, dechar se moran Yeshu, moran Yeshu. Oh, Mort Mariam, oh, Mort Mariam. Emodalo et kashfa laufen, et kashfa laufen, henan hatoye, oh, shoah b'shalto, the mountain. Amen. Everyone. Amen. 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 Shalom lech Mariam, shalom lech Mariam. Leitai buto moran amech, moran amech. Barachtu at b'neshi, wambarachu firo, dechar se moran Yeshu, moran Yeshu. Oh, Mort Mariam, oh, Mort Mariam. Emodalo Shalom lech, Mariam. Le taibuto, moran amech. Barach tu at beneshe, wam barach hu firod charse moran Yeshu. O mort Mariam, emmodeloho, et kashva chlofein, ehnan hatoye, hosho, wabshaeto, the mouthan. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and in the hour of our death. Amen. Greetings, Mariam, woman of 1,000,000 names, lady of open arms, gateway of dawn, morning star, queen of peace, threshold of heaven, beloved. You, enveloped in the holy breath, whose poetry of sound, like the beating of wings, heralds your becoming, your soul's flowering in time. You, drenched in the utter fullness of your divine calling, complete and saturated, we welcome you with all of the wholeness that we can muster. Mother, may the aroma of your own ripening, your courage, your ability to say yes again and again, galvanize our own sacred readiness. Mother of love, the sacred essence that we all long to fully become and return to, whose flaming heart gives birth to love each and every moment. Please hold us close as we continue to move into our unique intimacy with you, now and always. Holy Lady, be with us, breathe with us in the hour, in the minute, in the moment when we are released back into the infinity of your loving arms. Within the garden of eternity, I place my trust in you. Amen. 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 So that's just one of an infinite number of renditions that could happen in any moment, given how the language, how the sounds are speaking to the one who is uttering them. What is prayer, and what is its purpose? Where did this Hail Mary prayer come from? Who is Mariam? How is she both human and divine? How does this prayer connect us to Mariam? And how does each section of the prayer speak to the phases of Mariam's becoming, as well as our own potentials? Why is the Aramaic language? What is the Aramaic language? And what is so special about it? These are some of the questions that we'll be diving into in the upcoming 6-week course. I want to say that there is no need to be intimidated by Aramaic. It's a very friendly language that teaches us about prayer and aids us beautifully in our spiritual work. And what I have found is that rather than imagining or thinking about it as if we're learning a new language, I invite each of us to think about this journey as coming into a deeper relationship with sound, with the sound of our very own alphabet, and with sound as meaning, which is translated through our bodies, our hearts, and our imaginations. In ancient times and in not so ancient times, it was known that sounds were healers. Sounds were powerful medicines for the soul that wake us up to our true nature, and by our nature, we are meant to praise. And these same sounds give us access to our deepest hearts, our heart of hearts. And I believe that the real language that we're being invited to learn is the language of intimacy that connects us with our souls and our souls with the divine heart. So even as Jesus was asked, Lord, how do we pray? And he said, B'Shemi. And there's that sound, sh, B'Shemi. He's saying, align with the sound, the spiritual current of the cosmos. Actually feel it, visit, mingle with it. Feel how it comes alive in you and drowns out the static noise of the small self that you constantly have going on in your head, so that you can hear the voice of guidance, and so that you can mingle with the only breath, the love that unites the cosmos. So this riddle, Bishami, also points to how we bring the sounds or the words to life with our breath and our imagination, allowing them to blossom in the humus of our joy and our sense of awe. Having a sense of awe is a really powerful thing. And we're reminded that we are actually required, we are part of the equation to bring them to life in this world. I feel a little bit like an evangelist when I say this, but did you know we have a superpower? Prayer. Prayer is our superpower. And prayer can be a lot of things, but I believe that at its very core, it's about developing a language with the divine. It's like a riddle, because of course the divine is inside of us and not separate from us. But we do experience this gap that makes us feel separate. Prayer helps us develop a vibratory sensitivity with which to hear and feel and sense the divine, and also realize that Mariam is within, is giving birth to herself through us. It's about tuning our hearts and allowing the sounds to deliver us to love's doorstep. What I'm excited to share with you is this path of intimacy that this prayer has awoken in me. And it's about making the prayer ours. Each one of us uniquely finding a way to make it ours. So what is so special about Aramaic? I have to keep this brief tonight, but like all things that are magnificent, this is a huge topic with a lot of nuance and history, and we'll get into that during the course. Many of us are actually unaware that the language Jesus and Mariam spoke during their lifetime, along with a lot of other languages, was Aramaic. Aramaic is a Semitic language. It's also related to Arabic, and it came onto the scene during the rise of Islam around the start of the 7th century. And there's a lot of different dialects. And the dialect that I'm using for this prayer in this way is the Western Syriac dialect. It's thought that the very first speakers of this ancient language were desert nomads. And there are also some beautiful old colorful stories that this language of Aramaic was brought to earth by angels. And like Sanskrit and other languages, it is what might be called a living language or a sacred language, meaning that every sound, every letter is considered to be alive and is felt to be an embodiment of these angels. So that when we speak or we sing these sounds or these words, they come alive inside us and around us the moment we utter them, and they have the capacity to tune our hearts toward the sacred. The invocation of their names presents us with a living force, a vibratory reality that is as real as the world we see around us. And so another way we might think about this is that we can feel them. And the sounds themselves, they are the meaning. And luckily, understanding is not necessary for them to do their magic. So the sounds of this language and the prayers in this language are still intact. They still are in combinations. A system that we call a root and pattern system, where the meaning still comes through unadulterated. English, on the other hand, has been diluted and has lost a lot of its integrity, and thus its true power is gone. Not 100%, but a lot of it has diminished. Words don't mean what they are. I think everyone has a sense of what that is. So as we understand it today, a root consists of 3 consonants, which, when vowels are added, can branch off into various words. So for example, the root R, H, M can be fashioned into words like womb, raham, which is a really old root. Also mercy, lam rachmene, or compassion, rachme, or friend, racham. So you see how we're dancing with our breath around these 3 root consonants, and we get all of these different words. So this kind of nuanced and layered language structure allows for a much more fluid, relational, inclusive, holistic, and poetic experience. So this is one of the reasons why Semitic language poetry is so rich. When one word is spoken, many related words, meanings, relationships, and images are instantly and simultaneously conjured. So we'll go into that. I thought maybe we would sing another song, and then we're going to leave some space for questions and also talking about class a little bit. So now we're going to sing a song in Arabic, and this is to invoke a particular aspect of Maryam, of Mary. She is said to be the ever-flowing one, Wahabo, Ya Wahabo. It's Arabic for the ever-flowing. Wa is like forever, never, never. Habo, a type of love, like heb, hob, hahab. It's like the sound of the heartbeat. Wahabo, Wahabo. A continual flowing where? Toward our great home in the breathing womb of love. So it goes like, so we're just going to be singing the words Ya Wahabo and Hu. Hu is a mysterious, beautiful word that today is going to mean something like this great breathing womb of love, where we all return to when our time in our bodies is over. So it goes like this. Mahadiyam Wahabo Mahadiyam Wahabo Mahadiyam Wahabo Mahadiyam Wahabo 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 Mahadiyam Wahabo Mahadiyam Wahabo Mahadiyam Wahabo Mahadiyam Wahabo 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 Let's do it one more time. Mahadiyam Wahabo Mahadiyam Wahabo Mahadiyam Wahabo Mahadiyam Wahabo 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 We will also be singing in English. But one of the things I love about singing in a language that my brain doesn't know very well is that it helps my brain relax and calm and not try to stretch for understanding and then go for feeling and going in, being welcomed. So the class I'm going to be offering is a 6-session class. The whole thing will be recorded, so you can always catch up if you miss something. It'll be a 90-minute class. There's 6 dates, 2 in September, 2 in October, 2 in November. Carla's going to post it in the chat, but it was also probably in each of your invitations. There is a suggested donation, but the invitation is for you to just feel whatever feels good and right and within your budget to offer. So don't let finances keep you from doing it. Don't let Aramaic keep you from doing it. You can go ahead and contact me directly if you have questions, or you can contact Carla. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a combination of storytelling, teachings, exercises, singing, body prayers, and some fun homework for those that want homework. If you don't want homework, you don't have to do homework. For those of you who have taken some of my courses before, there will be some new things. And now I think what I'd like to do is, if everybody wanted to put their thing on gallery, then maybe we could open it for questions if anybody has any questions.